Thankfulness is a choice that we make. It's just as real as any other decision. Yo, yo, yo. You know what it is. This is your boy Levon, and this is Levon Says. L.U.M.I.L.L.E. Welcome back to my channel. And before we get into today's video, let me say please like, share, subscribe. Hit that notification button so you always be notified upon my next uploaded video, and share with a friend. Let's get it. So continuing in today's video with levels of gratitude, I want to talk about 3 points of victory concerning thankfulness. 3 points of victory concerning thankfulness. Point number 1. Thankfulness is a decision. Thankfulness is a choice that we make. It's just as real as any other decision. Oh, that men would give thanks to the Lord. By men, of course, he meant men and women, mankind. Notice the verse says would, because if it said could, oh, that men could give thanks to the Lord. Well, then the ball would be in God's court, wouldn't it? And we would be free to say things like, it's your fault, God. If I could give thanks, then I would. If you hadn't made me so negative, if you hadn't made me so selfish and self-centered, but I am, so I can't. But I would if I could, but you didn't, so I can't. So, whatever. But it didn't say could, it said would. So the choice is ours. Oh, that men would. This means that we have the intellect and technology. God has made us with the capacity to express gratitude. It's a choice that we make. You can choose your attitude of gratitude as much as you can choose your diet or your draws. It's a conscious decision. People make conscious decisions every day with expectations as their foundation. So they have at their core expectations instead of gratitude and a heart of thankfulness. Conscious decisions that people make every day are like starting your car in the morning, flipping on a light switch, pulling out your cell phone to make a call, or going to the bathroom at any time during the day, with expectations as their foundation. See, the problem with this is, what do you do when expectations fall short or flat, or they don't measure up and they start to crack? For these people, expectations is at their core instead of gratitude and a heart of thankfulness. Having expectations is a good thing, yes. Even high expectations can be a vehicle to propel circumstances, right? But the vehicle won't move on expectations. It needs a source, fuel or electricity, right? I believe that we should have a graduate school level of gratitude at our core, which we use to fuel our expectations. My typical morning consists of morning prayer in the morning at church, 6 o'clock, followed by a stop at the corner gas station for a cup of coffee, and then I head into work. Almost 3 to 4 times a week, you'll see some folk loitering around the front, asking for spare change or food or drink. And I don't judge how they ended up at the gas station or why they stay for even days or weeks. But I think to myself, one bad decision, one terrible decision, and that could be me or you. Homeless, no money saved or no access to your money. No one seems eager or possibly willing to help you, and you find yourself stuck, all from a bad decision. Now, did they expect that this would be their life at this moment? Probably not. But wrong decisions and bad decisions, I can almost bet, had a hand in it. See, most of the time, bad decisions derive from misinformation or lack of information or misguided emotions and irrational thinking. The majority of this stems from thankfulness and gratitude not being at our core. Now, when we change this, Unmet and unfulfilled expectations won't rock us at our core. Even when we're blindsided, these expectations won't crack us. Look, I like to go to work with a place for everything and everything in its place. It's kind of like my work attitude, right? But that's not having a realistic expectation when I know I'd be setting myself up for a failure or a letdown. So when I see those folks in the morning and my heart goes out to them, but yet I'm thankful that I have employment every day, that I'm intelligent enough to know where to go to get employment. And I'm thankful for imagination and creativity to find ways to be able to provide for myself. I'm thankful for help from family and co-workers and even strangers off the street. Every day I realize it's not promised, and a thankful heart and an attitude of gratitude goes further than you can see. See, being thankful is a choice, and we can choose it. Point 2, thankfulness is a decision that's based in reality. That's the second lesson from verse Psalms 107 and 8 that we read earlier. Oh, that men would give thanks to the Lord for his wonderful works to the children of men. Now, I'm not suggesting some mind over matter or some power of positive thinking here. I'm asking you to use your mind, your common sense, and ask, do I really have a lot to be thankful for? And the answer is clearly yes, especially since thankfulness is a decision that's based in reality. I'll give you a few examples. I decided to make a couple of lists, a complaining list and a thankful list. And on my complaining list, I had my complaints that were based in my reality and real to me. And on my other list were the things that I could be thankful for in light of those complaints that are based in reality. Now, these are some of my complaints. I have to clog bathrooms that people don't even get up and check to see if it's flushed. The thankfulness to that is, I'm so glad I have an excellent plunger. Complaint. I must clean and empty sanitary waste baskets contents that's not wrapped and exposed. Now, the thankfulness to that complaint is, I'm so glad that I have gloves and a mask to keep me protected from potential hazardous material or waste. Complaint. I must go behind people like I'm in a daycare, like they're kids, like I'm taking care of a bunch of kids. The thankfulness to that complaint is, he's giving me job security. Listen, there'll always be something that we can complain about. But what is the reality of the situation? And am I recognizing thankfulness in it and operating in an attitude of gratitude? Point number 3. Thankfulness is a life-changing decision. Here's a final thought from Psalms 107. Thankfulness is a life-changing decision. And see, in verse 8 it says, oh, which is really, to me, it's the best part of the verse. Oh, that men should give thanks unto the Lord for his wonderful works to the children of men. That word, oh, tells us something. That word, oh, means, oh, if you only knew what I know. Oh, if you only could see what I see. Oh, if you could only understand what I understand. Oh, if you could only feel what I feel. See, that's what that oh is really meaning in that verse. That word oh tells us something radical and life-changing is coming. The psalmist is not only being overly dramatic, but he's fired up because he recognized that we are very close to getting a hold of something powerful. So he spontaneously says, oh, that you would get this. Oh, that you would see. Oh, that you would hear. Oh, that you would only understand, oh, that men would give thanks to the Lord. See, there's passion here because the message is important. And the message is important because to get it wrong is to fly so low and miss the joy of altitude living. To simply put it, gratitude is the altitude that sets the altitude for living. Let me say it again. Gratitude is the altitude that sets the altitude for living. Unfortunately, there's a kind of low-level altitude that too many people live. It's a particular approach that grovels in slums and tries to get by under the radar of hope. It's a down and dirty, cloudy, damp, depressing, ungrateful, unthankful, complaining, like, type of lifestyle. We've all spent time there, and it's definitely a wilderness. That's not where you want to be. But there is another kind of living. It's a high altitude attitude. Up there where the air is clean and the sun is shining and the future is bright as the promises of God. This life soars above and refuses to focus on the negative. If you've ever flown up there, then you know that is where we want to live our lives. How high are you flying? You say, I want to live up there. I hate living down here in the low mired lands of depression of this world. And I say again, that it's gratitude that sets the altitude for the kind of living that we're looking for. And I'm still learning that. And I hope you are too. Thanks for joining me in today's video. This is your boy Levon, and this has been Levon Says. Please like, share, subscribe, and turn on that bell notification so you'll always be notified upon my next uploaded video. L.U.M.I.L.L.E. Love, uplift, motivate, inspire, learn, laugh, encourage, and enlighten. One love. And I'm out.